Hi, Dal from Select Driving School. Today I want to just give you a quick few tips about how to make corrections if your bay park doesn't go right on your first attempt. So in this example, I've tried to do the forward bay park and I've ended up out of the bay slightly wonky. Back wheels are in, but my right driver's side wheel is clearly well out of the line. Obviously, if I left it like this, that's going to be a fail, but what we want to do is get it corrected. Now, this is often a point of pressure for a lot of people in the driving test. They realise that they've not done it quite right, and obviously they've got to try and work out how to correct it. And what a lot of people will try to do is try to make the necessary correcting steers as they go backwards, and then come back forwards. But if you think about it, you have to go backwards in order to come back forwards anyway, so why make it hard for yourself? Why not just do all your steering when you're coming forwards? So my advice is to remember to KISS. So we want to keep it safe, simple and straight. So to correct this one where I've driven forwards and I'm out wonky, I'm going to make sure it's safe by doing my observations, and then I'm going to reverse out in a straight line as far as is practical. So for the purpose of this, I'm going to reverse up to the back of the bays in behind me. I'm going to assume that there's cars in them and I can't go any further than that. But what that should do is give us a proper view of the bay in front, and then most people will find that's a lot easier to then just make the necessary adjustments to get yourself fully into the bay. So keep it safe, simple and straight. Remember, KISS. So here we go. Into reverse, doing my observations, safety first, blind spots, and turning them to look behind. There's a black car there, we're just going to make sure he's not coming up my aisle, which he isn't. Check the other side again. Again, what a lot of people will do is forget about the checks. They're so focused on trying to get the correction made that they forget that they need to make sure that it's actually safe to do it, and then you will end up picking up a fail. So we've gone right to the other side of the line, we've straddled the lanes, and now in front of us we can see the two white lines, and we just drive back forwards. A slight turn to the left will bring us back into the bay, nice and central, straighten up, and there we go. Job done. Keep it safe, simple and straight. So now we're going to do the same exercise but for the reverse bay park, where the same advice will apply. So as you can see from the still photos, I've attempted to reverse into this bay and missed it on the passenger side. So I'm straight, but both my wheels on the passenger side are out of the bay. Again, a clear fail if I choose not to do anything. And remember, one other tip: when you first stop on the manoeuvre, doesn't matter what manoeuvre it is, listen out for the examiner or watch how the examiner reacts. Now most examiners, if they're being fair, will, if you've not done it quite right first time, unless your observations were woefully inadequate, will give you ample opportunity to correct it. Now if you don't immediately attempt to take that opportunity, you should be able to pick up from the examiner that they think you do need to do a correction. They're going to usually do this in one or two ways. They may just sit there in silence rather than asking you to move off. Now that's a hint that they don't think you've finished and they're waiting for you to make a correction. Alternately, if that doesn't work, then they may turn to you and say, have you finished? Are you sure? That's basically the examiner saying, this isn't good enough, you need to correct it. If you don't, I will have to fail you. So please don't miss out on any hints from your examiner if it's necessary. So back to this. As I said, we're well out of the bay, but we're now going to correct it. So again, we're going to drive forwards. We've got the bays in front of us. So again, proper checks round, don't forget those. Easing forward and easing up to the bays in front, just keeping it straight. So right up to those bays in front, again pretending there's cars in them. And now what you'll find is that you have a good view of the bay behind you and a relatively shallow angle to deal with. Now in this case, using my wing mirrors, on my right hand side I can see a big gap and a white line. I can't see any anything, any white line on my left, because I've just come forwards, and as we saw in the photo, I'm well out of the bay. So because I'm a long way away, I don't need to get into a lot of seesawing with the wheel. I can just do a small correction. In this case, I'm just going to try a quarter steer and let that take effect nice and gently, bringing me over towards the right hand side of the bay. And when I feel as though I'm close enough on that side, I will put a quarter on the other side to bring the car back to straight, and then take the quarter off, and hopefully should end up nice and straight and square in the bay. So again, check round, don't forget that. Most important priority is safety, not the correction. And then just start to gently bring the car back, and this quarter steer I can see is taking me over. Now the white line has appeared in my left mirror, and it's just about to disappear out of my right, so I judge as that's the point to take that quarter off, put it on the other side, hold that steady, let the car come back to straight. As it does so, we just reach the back of the bay and put the wheel back to straight, and there we go, job done. We're back in our bay, nice and straight in between the lines, and we've kept it nice and simple, not trying to do anything that might confuse ourselves. So I hope you find that useful. Hopefully you won't need it if you get your manoeuvre right first time, but if you don't and you need to correct, remember KISS, keep it safe, simple and straight. Hopefully if you like the video, please click like and please subscribe to my channel. You can also find lots more useful information at my website as well as YouTube. Until next time, bye bye.